Welcome back, decoders. Good evening to all of you guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I'm going to, this is a long presentation, and hope everyone's doing well out there, and everyone that's tuning in on the live stream. Hopefully, you guys are doing well tonight. But I'm going to start, and I'm just going to try to jump into the information as quick as possible so that the people that watch this on a replay can get the information quickly. And so that if they're watching on a replay, they don't have to listen to me interact too much with the chat. I would be interacting with the chat after I present the information, which is going to blow your guys' mind. I'm going to connect a lot of dots here, and it's going to be a heck of a decode. So hello, everyone. Hello to my girlfriend, Magdalena, in the chat. Everyone say hi to her. And hello to Sean, and I see Christy Cherry, and I see Brenda, and I see Beth, and I see Kevin, El Paculi, a lot of people in here. So let's jump into this. And like I said, I want to get this information started because I want the replay to be not so much fluff in the beginning. And then I'll interact with the chat at the end of the information. So with that being said, let's get started. I mean, guys, I had no idea that I would be decoding Barbenheimer. And if you guys don't know what that is, it is basically the word that they gave the two movies that were released on the same day. And they were released, and a lot of people even streamed them. Actually, let me just read this. And before I start, I just want to highlight this because a lot of people think that I believe in atomic bombs. And to be honest with you, I really don't believe in atomic bombs. So everything that's in this decode is not me saying that there's atomic bombs. Everything in this decode is me saying that I'm decoding the narrative that they give us. I'm not necessarily saying that atomic bombs are real, but I'm going to show the narrative that they give us, the Oppenheimer, the Trump, and Queen Elizabeth. And I'm going to show you how it's all tied together perfectly with this year and the events that took place this year, including the movie that came out. Okay. So Barbenheimer is a meme and viral trend centered around the 2023 films Barbie and Oppenheimer. The trend often involved people watching both movies as a double feature or creating memes that humorously combine the two movies. The term Barbenheimer is used to refer to the collective of these movies. So when this came out earlier this year, I questioned what is going on with this? Why did they want this in our attention? Why did they want to combine Barbie and Oppenheimer? And over here to your right here, you're going to see a picture of a Barbie Queen Elizabeth. Okay, this is the official Mattel Barbie Queen Elizabeth. And here on the bottom, you're going to see a picture of Robert J. Oppenheimer, the guy who supposedly created the first atomic bomb and did the Trinity test in 1945, right after Hitler died and right before they dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. And over here, I just posted a picture of people, combining the two movies, the Barbie and the Oppenheimer. Okay. So the first section of this decode is going to be all about the Queen and her connection to Barbie and Oppenheimer. And this goes very deep, guys. In fact, it goes a lot deeper than I can even show you in this live stream. So let me just start with the basics. Okay. The woman who created the Barbie, her name is Ruth Handler, okay? She created Barbie in 1959, and she based it off of the Bild Lilly doll, which was a German doll. And so there's going to be a lot of German connections here, but I'm not going to talk about it, but this all goes back to Germany, okay? First of all, and the Jesuits and the Catholic Church. But let me just start with this. Ruth Handler was the creator of the Barbie doll. And her name equals 168 in reverse gematria, okay? And Queen Elizabeth, who I just showed you, has a Mattel official Barbie doll. Okay. Her name, if you spell it like this, Queen Elizabeth II equals 168. These two women were born 168 days apart on the calendar. Okay. So the creator of the Barbie doll, Queen Elizabeth, born 168 days apart. The Trinity test, which happened on July 16, 1945, the first ever nuclear bomb explosion, the test by Oppenheimer, right? So we're connecting Barbie and Oppenheimer. The test of the first nuclear bomb was on the day leaving 168 days left in the year. Okay. So the test was on the day leaving 168 days left in the year. Queen Elizabeth, 168. The woman who created Barbie, 168. This connects you back to the Barbenheimer connection. So these two movies are connected by Queen Elizabeth. Okay. Now, if we go more, we're going to take another look at the day this movie released. Okay. So both these movies were released on the same day. That's why they were combined together to call Barbenheimer. Okay. And as you can see at the top, I posted that it says both films were released on July 21st, 2023. And this number, this was the age of Queen Elizabeth 5 days before the Trinity test in 1945, the first atomic bomb supposedly exploded, right? She was 7,021 days old a few days before the Trinity test, okay? This number is the date that the movie released, 7/21. She was 7,021 days old. Well, 7,021. Well, first of all, notice, guys, that the date 7/21 this year had numerology of 168, like Queen Elizabeth. 7 times 2 times 1 times 2 times 2 times 3 equals 168. Queen Elizabeth II equals 168, as I just showed you. But considering that this was her age just a few days before the Trinity test, this number is a very special number. Not only is it the day the movie released, 7/21, it's also the 118th triangular number. This is a very important number because the whole issue with dropping a bomb is all about death. Okay? Death. And in Jewish gematria, the word death equals 118. Queen Elizabeth, again, being the 118 triangular number days right before the bomb was dropped or the first bomb was detonated. The first bomb was called Gadget. Okay, so the bomb that they tested in the Trinity test was called Gadget, and Gadget equals 118. Again, coming back to death. Okay. Now, the test that they ran was called the Trinity test. Okay, and Trinity test also equals 118. Okay, and again, Queen Elizabeth was this days old, which is the 118 triangular number during that time of the Trinity test. Not to mention, if you type in her name and if you read on Wikipedia, it says that she was the Queen of the United Kingdom. Queen of the United Kingdom also equals 118. So do you see how perfect this is, guys? And wait till I show you how her dates all match up with the Trinity test, okay? But this 118 number is the big number associated with death, okay? Now, Robert J. Oppenheimer had a quote about making the first bomb. He said, "We knew the world would not be the same. Few people laughed, few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him, he takes on his multi-armed form and says, 'Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.'" Okay? So again, they're pointing you to this death, okay? Now I have become death, the destroyer of worlds. Remember, death equals 118. He said this, quote, during the Trinity test, which equals 118. I already connected the 721 number being the 108th triangular. And again, the bomb that they exploded was named Gadget, which is 118. This bomb was detonated in the sign, the astrology sign of Cancer. Oppenheimer died of cancer. So do you guys see this? Oppenheimer quotes death, and then he dies of cancer. His bomb, called the Gadget, which equals 118, matches Cancer, and he died of cancer. And his bomb was detonated in the sign of Cancer in July 16th, which is Cancer, okay? He died of lung cancer, Oppenheimer. So again, and just notice that the bomb was detonated at 5:29 a.m. That's going to connect to Trump and JFK. Remember, JFK was born on the date 5:29. The bomb was detonated at 5:29 a.m. Okay. And again, it was called the Gadget, which has the 118. So now we're going to get into the Queen again for a minute, because you guys got to understand how scripted this was with the Queen, this Trinity test. Okay. From the Trinity test on 7/16/1945 to the day of Queen's ascension as Queen on 2/6/1952 was exactly 6 years and 206 days. In gematria, the word Queen equals 62 and 26. Remember, she became Queen on 2/6, and it was 6/26 before she became Queen. The Trinity test was. If you measure it a different way, her coronation happened 6 years, 6 months, and 22 days after the Trinity test. Oppenheimer was 22 years old in 1926 when the Queen was born. Remember, Queen equals 26. So the Queen and Oppenheimer were also born exactly 666 months and 22 days apart. Okay? Do you guys get that? The Queen and Oppenheimer were born 666 months and 22 days apart. Her measurements all line up perfectly with the 6/6 and the 2/2, and Queen equals 62 and 26. Not to mention, Oppenheimer died at the age of 62. Okay. So just let that sink in for a second. 666 months and 22 days. They died, right? And if you guys need to know, this number 62 and 26 is always big with the Queen, every time. And it's all over this ritual, as you can see here on the screen. So moving on, let's just hit another point here. So the Oppenheimer movie and the Barbie movie were released on July 21st this year. That was exactly 15 months after the Queen's last birthday. What's interesting about the Queen's birthday is it falls one day before Oppenheimer's birthday. In fact, if you look at the calendar, Hitler was born on 4/20, the Queen was born on 4/21, and Oppenheimer was born on 4/22. So the Queen is sandwiched, her birthday is sandwiched in between Hitler and Oppenheimer, both Germans. The Queen is probably German connected, just like Trump. Okay. World War II was all about Germany, and the Trinity test was all about a race to build an atomic bomb before Germany. Okay. But look at this. The movie was released exactly 15 months after Oppenheimer and Queen Elizabeth's birthdays. Okay. The reason that's an important number is because Queen Elizabeth was the queen of 15 countries or realms when she died. The word nuke equals 15. Okay. The word Japan, where the first bombs were dropped, equals 15. And the word war equals 15. The movie, again, was released exactly 15 months after both of their birthdays. Because, again, Queen Elizabeth and Oppenheimer are born one day apart on the calendar. All right. So the 15's big, but that's the only slide I have on the 15. There's more to it, but let's move on. So the Trinity test, here's a few additional ones I didn't make a whole slide about, but let's look at each one of these and just talk about them. So Trinity test was 86 days after the Queen's birthday in 1945. The bomb was later dropped on Hiroshima on 8/6, okay? And 86 means to get rid of, right? To 86 somebody, right? So the Queen perfectly synced again because the test was 86 days after her birthday, and then they dropped the bomb on 8/6. The next big connection, which will bring Trump in for the first time, is Oppenheimer, the movie, came out 457 days after the Queen's death. 457 is the 88th prime. That's important because the name of the Queen, Elizabeth, equals 88. If you take J. Robert, which is mostly how he's known, it also equals 88, and Trump equals 88, all in the same cipher. The next one is Hiroshima bombing was 6 years, 26 weeks, and 2 days before the Queen became queen on 2/6. Do you see it? Once again, it was lined up perfectly with the Queen and the 26 and the 62. Okay? Remember, Queen equals 26 and 62. Oppenheimer, the movie Oppenheimer came out on July 21st. That's the 202nd day of the year. There are 202 days between Oppenheimer's death and the Queen's death on a calendar year. And the movie, again, the Barbie movie, which I already connected to the Queen, and the Oppenheimer movie came out on the 202nd day of the year. The phrase skull and bones equals 202. And remember, there's 202 days between Oppenheimer's death and the Queen's death in a calendar year. Right? Skull and bones is the brotherhood of death. So now here is the absolutely, now this is where we're going to tie it in with Trump. We're going to tie it in with the events that happened this year, and we're going to look forward. And this is the most crazy information, guys. So pay attention to this one. All right. Trump was born 333 days exactly after the Trinity test. Do you guys understand what this means? 333 is 3 threes. Trinity means 3. Trump was born exactly 333 days after the 3 test, the Trinity test. There is no doubt in my mind that Trump is going to be connected to some sort of event like this. If they, whatever it's going to be. Like I said, I don't necessarily believe in nukes, but Trump is born the perfect amount of days connected to the Trinity test. You cannot get any more perfect than that. So just let that sink in for a minute. And remember that as we go through the rest of this decode, because Trump is heavily tied to the Trinity test. Okay. So the first slide about Trump and the Trinity test is Trump was born in Manhattan or near Manhattan, New York. He was born in Queens, New York. Remember, I've been making a connection between the Queen and the Trinity test, and now Donald Trump was born in Queens, okay? Donald Trump was born in Jamaica Hospital. Notice that Jamaica Hospital and Donald Trump both equal 138, okay? My next video is going to be all about the 138. Just wait till you guys see that. But this is all I'm going to talk about in this video about the 138. But just notice that Donald Trump equals Jamaica Hospital 138. Also, Donald Trump was born in Queens, New York. Queens, New York equals Donald Trump in 2 out of the 4 ciphers. Okay? So absolutely scripted. The reason this is important, guys, is because the area code for New York and Manhattan, remember, it was Oppenheimer who was on the Manhattan Project, and he did the Trinity test, okay? And he's known as J. Robert Oppenheimer. The area code for Manhattan and New York, okay, is 212. The Manhattan Project equals 212. J. Robert Oppenheimer equals 212, and the Trinity test equals 212. This is absolutely improbable. All of these things are intimately connected. Robert J. Oppenheimer was the one who did the Manhattan Project and who did the Trinity test. And the Manhattan Project is named after Manhattan, New York, which has an area code of 212. Okay? Also, notice that Trump was born in Queens, which ties to the Queens connections I already mentioned. But Elizabeth, one of her, excuse me, Elizabeth, one of the 15 countries that she was queen of is Jamaica. Okay? Trump was born in Jamaica in Queens. Do you get it? The queen is the queen of Jamaica, and Trump was born in Queens at Jamaica Hospital. Okay? Trump is from German immigrants' family. Oppenheimer is of German descent. His name comes from German. The queen is definitely German. Okay? Hitler was all involved in World War II. Connects to Germany again. All connects. And don't overlook that where they say the Trinity test happened was at a place called Giornado del Morto, which means the path of a dead man. Okay? So I'll just read this. The world's first nuclear explosion occurred on July 16, 1945, when a plutonium implosion device was tested at a site located 210 miles south of Los Alamos, New Mexico. On the plains of the Alamo Gordo bombing range, known as the Jornado del Muerto, this is the code name, was Trinity. I already told you about that, the Trinity test. But again, Jornado del Muerto means the path of a dead man, okay? Or path of the dead. So again, connecting to the death. All right? So here is the big one, guys. Pay attention for this. Pay attention to this. Do you guys remember? Okay, let me not get ahead of myself. All right. Robert J. Oppenheimer, the creator of the nuclear bomb, supposedly, died. He died, okay, on 2/18. In gematria, in standard gematria, the word death equals 2/18. Remember, his quote was all about, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." The phrase destroyer of worlds equals 2/18. He was known. This is what I did, guys. I typed in who is the father of the nuclear bomb. The guy who comes up when you type that in is Robert J. Oppenheimer, who died on 2/18. Father of the nuclear bomb equals 2/18. Robert J. Oppenheimer died on 18th of February, 2/18. If you type out the 18th of February, it equals 2/18. Impossible, guys. Impossible. Hiroshima, the bombing of Hiroshima was on the 218th day of the year. Destroyer of worlds, 2/18. Father of the nuclear bomb, 18th of February. Death, they all have the 2/18. Okay? Just let that sink in for a second. Once again, this is huge, right? I mean, what are the chances that his quote is the destroyer of worlds, which equals 2/18, and he died on 2/18, and he dropped their first bomb, got dropped on the 2/18 day of the year, and the word death equals 2/18. And his quote is, "I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." Okay? And not to mention, father of the nuclear bomb equals 2/18. And now this is where it gets interesting even more, because Trump, he's very connected to the 2/18. Do you guys remember earlier this year on October 4th, 2023, when they were supposed to have a test? Remember, we're talking about the Trinity test here, but there was a test on October 4th. Fun fact, the phrase 4th of October equals 2/18. The alert on the 4th of October this year, it was supposed to come out at 2:20 p.m. It ended up coming out at 2:18. 2:18, guys. 10-4 at 2:18. 4th of October equals 2/18. This was exactly 2 months and 18 days after the Trinity test. This test was 2 months and 18 days after the Trinity test. Trump in capital letters equals 218. Holy Roman Empire equals 218 and 88. October 4th is the 88 days left in the year, like Trump. From the anniversary of the Trinity test on 7/16/23 to the EAS text alert at 218 on 10/4 is 2 months and 18 days. Trump equals 218. Back in 2018, look at this article up here, guys. In 2018, there was another text alert by Trump this time. It says the new emergency alert system that lets Trump text you. Okay? This came out at 218. This is the one that came out. And now I want to give a big shout out to Gematria Effect News, Zach Hubbard. I took this picture off his website. This is his post right here. I posted into my thing. Okay, so this is not, I didn't take this. All right. But look at this. So there was 2 different text alerts. One in 2018, which is 218, and one this year. Both of them happened at a time of 218 Eastern. This one happened in 2018. And this year, the one on October 4th happened at 218. Both of them. Okay? That's not a coincidence. And Trump was the first one. He was president during the first one at 218. And Trump equals 218. Okay? And just so you guys know, the first one in 2018 was on the 3rd of October in 2018. So that was one day before the one this year. Okay, so just let that sink in once again for a moment. It was perfectly aligned with the Trinity test, with Trump, all of it. So let's talk more about this 218, okay? Because if you go from the anniversary of Oppenheimer's death on 2/18/23 to the EAS test alert at 218 on 10/4, it was exactly 7 months and 16 days. Well, that's important, guys, because the Trinity test, which involved Oppenheimer, was on 7/16. So the Trinity test is encoded between Oppenheimer's death and the test alert on October 4th. Okay? At 2:18 p.m., it's 7 months and 16 days in between, and Oppenheimer's Trinity test was on 7/16/1945. And again, both days equals 218. 4th of October, 218. 18th of February, 218. Okay? So again, let that also sink in for a minute. And yeah, I mean, I just couldn't believe this. As I kept going and going, I just kept seeing more and more, more and more. You know, absolutely ridiculous. And this is just part 1, guys. This is part 1. Next video, next live stream will be all about Trump, Donnie Darko, the bomb. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about in the next live stream. Donald Trump in the 138, the Phoenix event, the 138 years. If you guys aren't familiar with that, there's a lot to talk about here. I have so much research. So here's 2 more 218s to connect to Trump. In 2018, at the very beginning of the year, 2018, Trump came out and said he was talking to Kim Jong-un, and he was saying, I have a much bigger nuclear button than you do. And he said this in 2018. Okay? Which is like 218, right? And this is the first or second day of that year that he's coming out and talking about a nuclear war with North Korea. And he says he has a bigger button than Kim Jong-un. All right. Fast forward 1 year on the date 21/8, which is August 21st, 21/8, like 218. Trump says, I am the chosen one on 218. Remember, Trump equals 218 in capitals. Okay. So Trump says, I am the chosen one on 218, 21/8. Okay. So once again, unbelievable how many connections there is to the 218. And one last thing I was able to throw in here was this post that my girlfriend found. It says, this was from this year, guys, on 11/4. It says, Trump warns of a modern-day weaponry. Our biggest problem is nuclear warming. And this is back in 2017, Trump and the nuclear codes. And also it says, Trump won't hand Biden the nuclear football. Here's how the handoff will happen. So this is something I have to do more research in. Okay. So Trump didn't want to hand over the nuclear football to Biden. Okay. So whatever that means. Also, Trump has left the White House, but he still has the nuclear football. I don't know what nuclear football is, but I need to look more into this. I just found this right before the stream. So remember, Patrick Mahomes, who won the Super Bowl last year, he was very connected to nuclear. Remember, the word nuclear equals 74, 29, 115, and 43, like Mahomes. I did a video about this last year where I showed how he was very connected to nuclear. So yeah, there's a lot more to say, but I wanted to keep this information straight and to the point so that people who are tuning into the replay can go through and watch this without, seeing me interact with the chat too much. I've been having a lot of people say that I repeat myself too much and that I draw things out too much. So in this video, I'm trying to get that all information out, and then I'll hang out with you guys at the end here. So let's get into the chat here a bit. I'm going to leave this 218 connection up because everyone who's just tuning in needs to go back and watch this. Okay. I explained exactly why the Oppenheimer movie came out this year and exactly how it's connected to the emergency alert on 10/4. And here's the 218s. I'll have that up so you guys can look at that while I talk. So I see that Square Peg's in the chat. Hello, Square Peg. And hello, Brenda and Mike and Birdie and Christy and Amanda. Yeah, I saw that with Joseph Acquaviva. That's very sad that what's happening with that. I can't speak to it, and I don't want to make too many judgments on it. It's very sad to hear that that's happening, and I really hope that that everything can be okay with them. And yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm not gonna gossip about it on here. I'm just sending my love to him, and hopefully everything's well. My prayers and my love, and yeah, just pray for all of us, I guess, huh? If that's what you guys do. So Square Peg was mentioning Cooper Kupp. Yeah, there was a huge connection between the Super Bowl the year before that with Cooper Kupp. I've done plenty of videos about nuclear connections, guys, but you'll have to go back in my videos and find them. Okay. So yeah, much prayers and love go out to Joseph Acquaviva, and hopefully he comes back on soon and we see him again. I miss his videos. Yeah. So what do you guys think? Is there anything you guys can add? I think I pretty much proved the 218 here. And if you guys go back and watch again and just see how perfectly it is, there's no doubt in your mind. There should be no doubt in your mind. Considering Oppenheimer died on 218 and the bomb was dropped on the 218th day of the year, and Destroyer of Worlds 218, Father Nuclear Bomb 218, 18th of February 218. And the big one is in standard gematria, as you can see down here, guys, death equals 218. Okay, Square Peg. I didn't see. I was too busy presenting. I didn't see anything that you added. I'm gonna go back and see if I can find it. Okay, so I see Rick's in the chat. Hello, Rick. How you doing? Hope you're doing well today. Zenith of the Alpha, 218 days after the Trinity test. What is 218 days after the Trinity test? Let me look. Let me go back to the actual year, 1945, 7/16. 1945 to what's hold on a second. So it would have been in 1946. Hold on a sec. Sorry, guys. My thing's acting up here. Hopefully my computer is clear. Can you guys see everything fine? I didn't even ask. So 218 days. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, so good one, Zenith of the Alpha. So you guys, I was just trying to make a point about how this is scripted with the 218. And look at this. 218 days after the Trinity test is 218. That's the day that Oppenheimer died. Okay? And death equals 218. That's the day he died. And 18th of February, I don't know if you guys can see it, equals 218. You know? Again, perfect. So good one, Zenith. Thank you for that. So yeah, I mean, just more proof on live stream that I hit the number right on the head with this one. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of good decoders out there. I see you guys talking about. Yeah, and I watch Zenith of the Alpha too. Also, I watch so many people. I can't even think of all their names right now, but I appreciate you guys. David Archuleta says he lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico. There's a story how one of the bombs became unchained in the flight over Albuquerque to the Trinity bomb site. Okay, interesting. I'll have to look for that. Another thing, considering that the first test was in New Mexico, let me just show you how this connects. So notice that New Mexico equals 111 in the same cipher as New York, okay? And remember, the test was called on the Manhattan Project, and the Manhattan Project obviously takes place in New York. But just notice that New York and New Mexico both have the 111, okay? Now, if we're going to connect this to Trump, just notice that New Mexico equals 48, like Donald Trump, okay? See how Donald Trump equals New Mexico in the reduction cipher? So definitely something there to look into. Again, I can't present everything on one stream, but definitely something to look into. Somebody asked to see what Hiroshima equals. That was where they dropped the bombs. Well, so Hiroshima equals 150. Actually, Hiroshima equals lightning. That's interesting. I wonder how that connects. Do you guys see that? Hiroshima is a direct match to lightning in 3 out of the 4. So there's something there with that. And remember, I told you that Japan equals 15, just like war. Okay. Just like nuke or nukes. Wait, what was it? Nuke? Oh, yeah. Nuke equals 15. War equals 15. Japan equals 15. And so far, the only country in the world that's been nuked, supposedly, is Japan. So what a coincidence, right? Interesting stuff, Rick. Yeah, so if you guys are late to the stream, go back and watch from the beginning. I laid out all the information very thoroughly from the beginning of the stream, no fluff, okay? Yeah, I do feel very bad for Joseph also. He's been very kind to me. He's helped me get subscribers. He's been on my channel a lot. If he's watching now, I hope I'm sending him a lot of love. So what else, guys? Let's talk about the 138. I feel like I have more time, so let's have a little fun, okay? Let's talk about Donald Trump and the 138. Because there's something here. If I can get this to load, hold on. So I told you that Donald Trump equals 138 in the most basic cipher. He was born at Jamaica Hospital, which equals 138. Now, there's a song by the Misfits, a band called We Are the 138. Okay? So how's this connect to Trump? Because Trump equals 138. This song is called We Are the 138. How does this connect to Trump? Well, we've already seen a lot of predictive programming for Trump getting a head wound, getting shot. You know, the Snoop Dogg thing where he gets shot by Snoop Dogg. The one woman was holding Trump's head. What was her name? I can't remember her name. I can't remember the girl's name, but she was holding Trump's head, a fake head of Trump, of course. And the 138 is a big number. If you guys follow Archaics, which is a big channel on YouTube. Oh my goodness. That's a good one. Thank you, Zenith. 138 minutes is apparently, 2 hours and 18 minutes. Yeah, it was Kathy Griffin. Thank you guys for helping me out with that one. So that's crazy. So that connects with the 218 perfectly with Trump. So We Are the 138 was a song by the band The Misfits, written by vocalist Glenn Danzig, which also connects to the World War II because Danzig was a concentration camp. Was a concentration camp in Poland, I believe. Danzig. So this connects once again to World War II. And I didn't even look to see what Danzig equals. Hold on. Danzig equals 3461. It's got some 61s. There's some stuff there, but nothing I want to talk about right now. So back to this, guys. The song We Are the 138 and Donald Trump equals 138. The Phoenix event that Archaics has discovered means that a cataclysm or a reset happens in the world every 138 years, okay? And We Are the 138 was released with a song called Bullet. So this is more predictive programming for Trump's head wound, or whatever that means. But just look at this. So the B side or the A side for the song Bullet was We Are the 138. We've seen a lot of predictive programming for Trump getting a bullet in the head. And the front of this cover for Bullet and We Are the 138 is literally JFK's head wound. So there's something definitely there with JFK, the head wound, and the bullet, and the 138, okay? The reset number. So yeah, this song was all about the assassination of John F. Kennedy, right? And that's why I wanted to bring that up. But I don't want to go any farther, guys, because I don't have the information prepared. But the next video is going to be about this number and about more connections. And then I'm going to lead into the whole Donald thing. And I'm going to connect it to next year. Okay, thank you. Zenith of the Alpha, you're amazing, man. So again, guys, if you guys see what Zenith is posting in the chat, thanks to him for adding this. So he posted, Trump was elected 218 days before his birthday. He has a grandson, Donald Trump III, who was born on 2/18. So let's just pull this up. Sorry, hold on. I don't know if this comes up here. Let me just type it in Google. I'm a slow typer, so give me a minute. Yeah, look at this. Donald Trump III was born on February 18th, 2009. So how many years was this after Oppenheimer's death? This could be a big find, guys. Thank you, Zenith. So Donald Trump's grandson was born in 2009 on the anniversary of the death of Oppenheimer. So 42 years. 42 years apart. You know, the 42 is the beast reigns 42 years in Revelation. The word war equals 42. What else equals 42? Gun, 42. Japan, where the bomb was dropped, 42. So 42 years from the death of Oppenheimer to the birth of Donald Trump's grandson, okay? So, yeah, I'm going to look more into that. Also, Zenith said that he was elected. Trump was elected in 2016. And that would have been, he said that was 218 days after Trump's birthday. So let's look at that. When was Trump elected? Do you guys know? Was it like November 8th or something? Can somebody put in the chat if you guys know when Donald Trump was elected in 2016? Let me go back and verify what he wrote. Hold on. Trump was elected 218 days before his birthday. Okay, before his birthday. Yeah, it was the 8th, I think. Yep. So that ties in perfectly with this video. So look at this. Trump was elected 218 days before his next birthday in 2016. Again, Trump equals 218 in all capitals, right? So this once again goes perfectly. This just goes perfect, you know? So another good find by Zenith. Sorry if I'm ignoring some of you guys. I don't mean to. It's just that Zenith of the Alpha is putting out so much good gems here in this stream with the 218. David Archuleta. Okay. So I see Square Pegs talking about the Phoenix event 2046. Yeah, so Square Peg, I see you're talking about Donnie Darko. You guys, I have found some amazing gems with Donnie Darko. My next stream will cover that. It's all connected to the 119 and the 99. And guess when the solar eclipse is next year? It's on the 99th day of the year. Donnie Darko, very connected to the 99. Okay. Brenda, I didn't look into the pilot that dropped the bomb, but I should. Yeah, 119 plus 19 is 138, like Donald Trump. Yeah, I mean, there's so much I want to talk about here, but I don't have it prepared. So I'm not going to bring it up because I don't want it to be discombobulated. I want it to be straight and to the point. And just remember, guys, this is coming just after the movie Leave the World Behind released, and they're dropping bombs on New York in that movie, guys. So all this is connected to that. I'm going to do more research, and if I find how it's more connected. But thank you for Zenith of the Alpha for adding even more 218s to this decode. So I'll pull that up again with the 218s, just so you guys can see. If you guys are new to the stream, please go back and watch. All the information is in the beginning of the stream, and it's laid out in fast order for you guys to watch it. So what Geostorm movie, Squarepeg? I don't know which one you're talking about, but I'm assuming there's a Geostorm movie that just came out or something. And just so you know, guys, I didn't really mention the Catholic Church or the Jesuits in this video, but of course they have their hand in it. Remember, the test was on the 88 days left in the year this year, and that's Holy Roman Empire equals 88 and 218, like Trump equals 88, 218. And yeah, the test was 2 months and 18 days after the Trinity test anniversary. So 4th of October equals 218. It's called Geostorm. Okay, I'll see what I can find on that. Geostorm. And you know, it's just so crazy, guys. I sometimes my mind is blown when I'm doing research, and then it's just all this stuff is perfectly scripted, you know. Also, I just wanted to remind you guys that the AEW wrestling promotion is having an event in 2 days, right before 2024, called World's End. I'm just pulling it up one last time so you guys can see. So it's called World's End. So notice that one of the guys that's headlining the event is named Joe, Samoa Joe. And yeah, so something with Joe Biden. Sean says that it's a random thought, but Sean says that Kobe's 666 game was 60 years, 6 months, 6 days after the Trinity test. He scored 81 points, and the magic square of the moon is 9 times 9 equals 81. Moon equals 218 in Hebrew. Yeah, I forgot to mention that, guys. In Hebrew gematria, the word moon equals 218. Remember, in the Barbie movie, I think it talks about going to the moon, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't watched that movie. I don't know if I'm going to watch the Barbie movie. But I started watching the Oppenheimer movie, but I didn't even finish it. I found all this stuff, guys, and I didn't even watch the movies. There's probably more if I watch the movies, but I just haven't had time to do that. But just notice that the story that's going on right now in the AEW World's End is all about the devil's masked men. I mean, just look at this stuff, guys. I mean, how much more obvious can they make it? They're literally calling the devil's masked men, right? Satan's masked men. And they're calling it World's End, right? And just for another 218, let me bring up the Jewish cipher, which is a very important cipher, also called Latin on this calculator. So if you type in the word Armageddon, what was it? Did I spell that right? No, I didn't spell it right. Sorry, guys. So Armageddon does not equal 2. Is that how you spell Armageddon? I don't know, guys. Hold on. Yeah, it is with 2 D's. Armageddon. Yeah. So yeah, sorry guys, that was not a connection. But Armageddon does equal 222 in Jewish. So we know how big a number that is. Joseph Aquaviva always pointing that number out. Yeah, David Archuleta, I have to, maybe there's a connection with that Pirates of the Caribbean World's End movie, because that's what the name of the show is, World's End. Good thought. Okay, Zenith of the Alpha again bringing up the 218. He says the Trump 218 alert back in 2018, going forward 666 days, brings us to the Mars Perseverance launch, which ended up landing on 218. There you go. Just look at what Zenith of the Alpha is writing in the chat, guys. You know what? You deserve, I don't know why, but you deserve a moderator just for what you're sharing in this video. Hold on. So you're now a moderator, Zenith. So thank you so much for providing the info that just proves my point in this video. Yeah, pirates are skull and bones, guys. Remember, pirates are all about skull and bones. This year, 223 is the skull and bones year. Yeah, I need to watch more of your videos, Zenith. So thank you for coming in with that. I just don't always get a chance to watch all the videos from everyone, but I definitely going to go check them out. Yeah, and you know, Mars, obviously, guys, we know Mars is connected to war, right? And so this is connected to this whole narrative, right? But the god of war, right? The red planet. And Elon Musk had a connection to this. Hold on. Elon, what was it? I saw Elon Musk had a connection to 218. Hold on a second. Well, Elon Musk does equal 115 like nuclear. Yeah, that's what it was, guys. If you use the capital cipher and you capitalize Elon Musk, let me just bring this up, this one cipher. So if you use the capital cipher and you capitalize Elon Musk like you would normally capitalize his names, it equals 218. Now that one's not as big of a connection because that cipher is a little bit iffy, but it's still interesting. Yeah, make sure you guys give Zenith of the Alpha a subscribe. He's in the chat. Zenith of the Alpha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this number, I knew this number was big because Zach Hubbard had mentioned how Trump had a 218 connection. And yeah, now I know it's just even bigger than I thought, you know. Thank you, Rick, for posting Zenith's link in the chat. So if you guys want to go subscribe, please go subscribe to him. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this Elon Musk connection you guys are all pointing out is interesting. I just need to look more into it. I'm sure there's way more. It just takes a little time to find these things sometimes. Thank you, Square Peg. Yeah, Square Peg, thank you. Again, she's always pointing out my link. If you guys want to support the channel and help out me to maybe get a new computer at some point because my computer is almost kaput, there's a link in the top of this chat in the white link. It's my Buy Me a Coffee. That's where you can donate if you guys feel like you're called to do so. If not, no problem. Just hit the like button for me. That also helps out the channel. Thank you for subscribing, guys, to his channel. Appreciate you guys. So is there anything else you guys have to add before I get off here? The stream has been about an hour long. I don't want to make it too long. Perhaps, you know, I don't know if Zenith of the Alpha and Square Peg, are you guys, maybe you guys would be available to actually join me on a live stream sometime. I I need to get back with Square Peg on a live stream. I also wanted to get on a live stream with Joseph, but he's obviously dealing with his situation. So also Zenith, I don't know if you like to get on live streams, but that's also open. That's open to you as well if you'd ever like to come on here. Yeah, the likes are YouTube currency. If you guys want to help the channel out, please hit the like button. Let's try to get to 88 likes if we can, because there's 88 people in the chat. So if you guys all liked, it'll be 88 likes. But yeah, I have your email, Square Peg. I'll email you in the next couple days. Of course, it's New Year's. I'm going to be doing things with my girlfriend. I think I don't know what we're planning yet, but New Year's, and then maybe at the start of 2024, we'll have to get together and do a live stream with Square Peg. Blue Skies Mom says every time she types in Donald Trump, the next suggested prediction word is really bad. Okay. Yeah, that's a good connection. D Zerda, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Yeah, I feel fine too. Even if it's the end of the world, I get to hang out with my girlfriend and with you guys. So how much I got good food, I got a loving girlfriend, I got good subscribers and a good family, Gematria family. What more could I ask for? So yeah, guys, happy New Year's to all of you guys. 2024 is upon us. And I mean, how exciting of a year is 2024 going to be, guys? It's a leap year. Yeah, so very interesting. Okay, Zenith, I see that you're busy, but if ever in the future you want to get on here, you're more than welcome whenever I'm having an open live stream. I know it's been a while since I had an open live stream, but I really wanted to make this channel about collaboration, and I just haven't done that in a while because my eye problems and all that stuff. So yeah, I'd also like to get Joseph Aquaviva on a live stream too, but whenever I think he needs time, Brenda or Joel says he's in Germany this time right now. Well, where are you at in Germany, my friend? Thank you, Brenda. Thank you for the prayers. Much love to you and prayers to you also for a happy new year and a good new year. Thank you, Square Peg. Much love to you. Happy New Year. Look forward to checking out more of your videos. I watch your videos all the time. I just don't always comment, but I'm always watching. So if you guys don't know, go subscribe to Square Peg Divergent. She's in the chat right now. With that being said, I think all my normal people are in here, and I much love to you all. As I said before, if you guys would hit the like button on the way out, I think I'm going to call this a night. And if you guys want to support the channel monetarily, you can click the Buy Me a Coffee link in this chat up at the top and hit the like button. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. And thank you guys for all the additions and all the love and all the well wishes. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. It will be a part two video to this video. So I don't know when that will be yet, but you guys will see a notification for that coming, I'm sure, in the next few days. So thank you guys again. Much love. God bless you all. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Happy New Year.